Namaste Sadavatsale Matrabhume. Today we are going to discuss the word scenario in the eyes in these changing circumstances created by Donald Trump. What Donald Trump said. He having a baton that is uh, he has a baton that is known as a tariff. He having a tariff war with every country because he is also of the opinion that he having the major economy of the world, and each and every country is connected to the USA. No doubt each and every country is connected to not only to the USA with one another. Now in this situation, Asim Munir is giving a statement, or had been given a statement in the USA, inside of the USA, on the land of USA, that if I will drown, I will kill 50% of the world. 50% of the world. That is a great frustration, and Pakistan is of opinion that Pakistan is not surviving so long. Pakistan is not able to face India, not to war with India, not to face India. Even Asim Munir becomes a terrorist. Not to become a terrorist, we can say he's a terrorist. Why he's a terrorist? Because terrorist only is of opinion that I will kill the whole world for the path of Allah, for the horse in Jannat. Asim Munir is of the same opinion. What the Asim Munir said here, Asim Munir is following only the policy of Jinnah, because when Jinnah mattered to the Mountbatten, he said that I have to succeed because you has obtained the power from the Muslims. That is why we are the true successor of British, because Britishers are going back in the barrack because of the Second World War and because of the policy of the UNO that have to end the imperialism. We are not only the country that get the independent. At that time, I think more than 100 countries got independence because of the policy of the UNO. And the major stakeholder for this policy was Russia and America and China. You know, Britain was in the war. France was maybe in the war. Germany may be in the war. Italy may be in the war. But who decided? Decided by the Russia, by the USA, by the China and their colleagues. And UK had no option. France had no option except to leave the countries where they are ruling. They have to leave the colony where they are ruling. Now the question before us is, at present, what is the international scenario? International scenario is saying if the Trump is going in zigzag motion and he's not a stable person, he's disturbing whole world. Asim Munir is disturbing whole world. Then the major countries like the BRICS countries may decide. And in BRICS countries, Bharat, Russia, China, and Brazil, and South Africa. These are the countries who are the major country of the world at present. Like at that time in 1945, at the time of World War, America and Russia was the greater country. They may not be the powerful like the Britain. They may not be the powerful like France, but they was the major stakeholders. Right now, the major stakeholder of the world is China, Russia, India, Brazil, and South Africa. So if these countries will decide that we will make a different front against the US, then it means that US may be the alone, like the UK at that time. UK and France was alone, or they had no option other than to accept the proposal to leave the colonies prepared by the UNO. We all get independent. We all independence in day of independence is coming after 2 or 3 days. But here it must be it must be remember in the mind that if Asim Munir is given a statement, no US politicians replied. Only some Democrats, some member of parliament replied, but officially government of USA had not replied anything. That is why I'm saying it is possible that the USA may be behind this statement. That if you are drowning, you have to make the pressure on the India. India will come to the US and US will make a negotiations with India. But they don't know. India is very stable country. Even after 1000 years of rule by the invaders, India still is a stable country. And the leadership of Narendra Modi, we are very stable. We are very confident that we will change the world. That is why when the Rajnath Singh, it was in news that Rajnath Singh is going to USA. It's the trip of Rajnath Singh is halted. US President said that we will not talk with India. India itself said we will not itself talk with them. You know, India is in the situation that if you will make such circumstances, only the India will get the benefit because we are compatible with each country. We are having the friendly relations with each country except the Pakistan and something like China. And we having the population, we having the market, we having different type of weather, and we can decide on that. We can do it. That is why these changing circumstances of the world cannot disturb India. Even in my opinion, India will be only the country that will be beneficiary by this world situation. And in the High Commission of Pakistan, Indian government prohibited any person to go inside of that. Indian government prohibited even the men who throw the newspaper there. Why? Because they are the spies only. So here it must be keep in mind we are in the leadership of Modi ji and the world is changing. Major countries may decide regarding the Ukraine also. Major countries like Russia and US can decide regarding the land dispute with the Ukraine and why in Alaska. If there is a notice of International Criminal Court, lookout notice or the arresting notice for the war crimes against the Ukraine, it's a good thing that USA is not the part of International Criminal Court. But why the meeting is in Alaska? Why not the meeting of Putin and Trump started in a site in mainland of US? Because approx 175 years ago, 170 years ago, means it was an incident of 1868, I think, when Alaska was the part of Russia. Russia has given them for the consideration, and the border of Alaska is very much near to the Russia, only 80 kilometers or something less or more. But the border of Alaska is not touches the mainland of USA. One side they have a Prashanta Mahasagar, Pacific Ocean. Another side, they have Canada, very near border. After Canada is the Russian border, and that was the Russian territory. That is why, if there may be anything that may not be that must not be happening, then the Russia is very near to the Alaska, and Alaska is 17 lakh kilometer. I think 50% land, 50% of the Indian land. In my opinion, the world is changing, and we must be ready to get the benefit of this change. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Vande Mataram.